Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Host Advantage Show. My name's John, this is Chris, and this is our part 2 video of the Summer Game Fest that we're covering. This is the episode on the Xbox Bethesda showcase, and we're just going to talk about what trailers we thought were really cool and skip over the ones that sucked.
Sounds good to me.
Or just the ones that we didn't really find a lot of interest in because I'm not a big anime guy. But the first trailer that caught my attention was the Redfall trailer, which I'm starting to... At first, I was kind of like, it looks all right. But now it's starting to look like pretty promising.
Now that we actually got gameplay of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Because before we just had that cinematic in like December or something, way back.
And this is coming from Arcane Austin. So they are the ones that are responsible for Dishonored, which is a series I love, and Prey, which is a game that I love, and I really hope that they make a sequel someday because the first one is amazing. The Redfall kind of has like a Left 4 Dead vibe to it, where it's you and co-op partners slaying hordes of vampires instead of zombies.
Hordes of X creatures, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. And it's kind of like a Borderlands mix too, because you have like action skills you can use, and like you know, this person can make you get to higher areas, and this person can go invisible, and it looks really cool.
I feel like it looks better than Back 4 Blood.
Oh god!
Because like Back 4 Blood, I was like, I was like, man, Back 4 Blood looks so cool. It's Left 4 Dead. I love Left 4 Dead. And then I played Back 4 Blood, and I'm like, I don't care about this at all.
Not this.
Thank God it's on Game Pass, and I didn't technically waste money on it.
Yeah, really. Thank God. But yeah, it looks fairly promising. Did it say it is on Game Pass? So yeah, we will definitely play it. And like, I've been looking for like a good co-op PvE shooter as well, because like I feel like we haven't had one of those in a while. Excluding like, you know, Back 4 Blood. We're not gonna.
But we didn't even enjoy it, so it doesn't really count.
We're just gonna say no to that. But like Game Pass itself in this showcase, holy shit! Like the amount of titles that they put that are coming to Game Pass. I know, like, it feels free when you have Game Pass, but like, it's a lot of games.
Yeah, like I feel like Microsoft is. I mean, they have the unfortunate record of having no games, but I feel like the more presentations I've been seeing in the last like year or two, the more I'm like, oh, there's like more stuff in the pipeline that's coming out, and there's just going to be a point where like the dam breaks and it's just all going to like flush in and just tsunami.
Yeah.
So
there's going to be a point where we don't pay for games anymore. It's just going to be a subscription service, because like all these games are coming to Game Pass, and I'm like, I don't have to pay for any of these. Whoops, shit. Hit my microphone. I'm so angry. But yeah,
you just want to pay for your games so badly.
I just want to pay for my games. I want to pay $70 for my fucking games. No, but this is nice. This is very nice. One note that I made, and I'm not up to date with meme culture, but chat, when I was looking through chat during this announcement, and during all the announcements, people are saying it's Morbin time.
Let me educate you, young one.
Please, Chris.
So it's basically Morbius the movie came out a few months ago.
Yeah.
To a less than stellar success in theaters, because nobody cares about Morbius, even if they are in the Spider-Man universe. Nobody cares about Morbius. So people on the internet were just like, oh, is Morbius about this vampire? And then that idea just kind of like spread and like, oh, is Morbius about this thing? And they're just like, does Morbius say it's Morbin time? And then people's idea of the movie has just spread into it's Morbin time, and just it's so funny until it wasn't.
You know, sometimes the internet comes through, sometimes it don't.
Yeah, and then you see Jared Leto with the script,
like literally like every third message, it's Morbin time, and there's like turtle emojis or some random shit. I don't fucking get the internet. It's so weird.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew this, but quick tangent, but like Morbius came back into theaters because of the meme culture, and it did super poorly in box office when it came back. It made like $85,000 when it came back into theaters a second time.
Woof.
Yeah.
But yeah, Redfall looks promising.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? More promising than Morbius.
I'll play it because it's on Game Pass, and
yeah,
I hope it's good.
Same.
And to follow that, I just put, all right, now Chris takes over because it's Silk Song.
I'm so glad you had me say this.
I got
Yes.
you.
So, speaking of Game Pass and games that we're not going to pay for, I will probably pay for this game because I want to endure and like I want to just constantly show my support for something that I like a lot. And Hollow Knight is a big fucking deal to me. It's probably my favorite game ever at this moment that I can think of. It's up there for sure. And Silksong, I'm not the only one who is highly anticipating this game because I was looking through like the viewing numbers of each trailer individually. Silksong had an overwhelming abundance of those views over everything else. Like everybody knows Team Cherry. Everybody knows like, oh, the game's gonna come out in another 7 years, and it's been like 7 years already. So to see it in action and to also really get more of a scope of like their work and seeing the combat system and the new mechanics and the new environments, it's like, oh man, it's all coming together really good.
I've been edging all day. Oh, baby.
Oh baby, my camera stopped.
Chris's camera, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause.
Yeah, really stellar.
Cool. Yeah, Silk Song.
I'm very excited for Silksong. I wish we got a release date, but I'm very glad we got something, and we got a good chunk of something, so I'm happy.
As soon as I saw that, I immediately was just like hands off. Like, this is all Christopher.
In my notes, I was like, Silksong! So this goes without saying, this is my favorite reveal of the whole event, the whole press conference. So
Yeah. Very cool. Very exciting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How excited for you? How excited are you for High on Life, the comedy shooter from Rick and Morty creators?
It wasn't even in my
Right,
notes.
moving on to bigger things. I am so blown away that Microsoft and Riot Games are teaming up with League of Legends and Valorant and all these other titles. Like,
this is big.
This is a big move. Like, all the champions unlocked in League of Legends. I don't know if you know this, but there's a lot of fucking champions in League of Legends. If I recall, there's probably like 120 at least. I haven't checked in a while. It's a lot. And like a lot of them, when they are released, you have to either pay for them or you can use like credits that you earn in game. And it like takes, for me, I only play ARAM, so like it takes a while. But like getting like all the champions unlocked with Game Pass, it's fucking huge. Like, they must have paid him a big amount of money because like that is like not robbing them of money, but like now it's like, oh, if I have Game Pass, I can just get all of them. And it's like a huge win-win because like you get Game Pass to get all the champions. And then like League now gets all these players trying out League. And now Xbox has all these people trying to get Game Pass to get all the champions because you're like probably saving money at that point because there's so many champions to unlock and you could do it using your money or you could just grind for it. But like, damn, big move.
And I'm really surprised too because they just like it was just a trailer in here. Like they didn't have like a presenter come out and like an exchange of like the deal was made. Like it was just like, oh yeah, this is on Game Pass too. It was so like matter of fact. Like yeah, it was just like such a like the Riot Games is just gonna have their entire fucking library on Game Pass. Enjoy.
Yeah, suck on that.
Like, wow, okay.
Like, Jesus, relax a little bit. Random side note. So there's this music producer that I listen to that goes by the name Allison, and he makes this really good synthwave music. And Riot Games, when they were talking about their deal with Microsoft, they were playing an Allison track in the background. And I was like, oh my god, like, my boy Allison is playing with like this huge name and this huge company, this huge corporation. I'm just like, oh, my boy. I just want to shout out Allison. Like, it's so cool that they got him on this huge deal, and his music got all this exposure. So, quick side note, quick shout out.
That's awesome. I just wanted to mention the last case of Benjamin Fox. It's like it's a side-scrolling, like, I don't know if you're like a detective or just investigating something, but you have like this Cthulhu, like ominous spirit that looms over you and kind of like talks to you, and like you actually use it to like double jump and like grapple, and it looks really cool actually. I was really into this game, and if it wasn't for Silk Song, I think this would be the game that took the show for me because
Oh.
I'm big into side scrollers and I like the style of this and just like the tone. It really resonated with me, and I really want to see more of this game actually. For a first time reveal, it really grabbed me.
Hmm.
And did you see Cocoon?
I did see Cocoon.
What do you have to say about Cocoon?
Um, like I know they said from lead gameplay designer of Inside and Limbo. I'm like, whoa, cool. But like
Yes.
it seems just like a platform puzzle game.
So I agree. It doesn't look like anything special per se,
Hmm.
but I think it's got a lot of like big tech in there that has like the inter like
I saw that.
universe
Yeah,
zooming, and that's cool.
that was
So
cool.
like that like is his biggest draw to me as a part to like the last shot where it has like this weird like Vespa creature looking over the big sphere as like the last shot before the trailer ended. So
Hmm.
like the gameplay doesn't look like anything too stellar, but visuals are interesting enough,
Hmm.
and I like what they might be doing with like the inter-universal scoping of stuff. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that, but it's no Playdead, it's no Somerville or anything like that.
Yeah, I
So
was when I saw from lead gameplay designer of Inside and Limbo, I was like,
same.
but like, like honestly, if they didn't cling to that, they wouldn't have got as much attention as they did.
You're totally right.
But yeah, it looks like a kind of like a kid-friendly puzzle game, which is not what I want with credentials like that.
I mean, I you could almost argue that a lot of the stuff that was shown in this conference was pretty kid friendly, actually.
Yeah, it's like if they're like from the mind of Glenn Schofield, Peggle 3. That's just not no. Not the
Mm,
same thing.
shoot the spheres.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'll check it out, but I'm not as hyped as an official Play Dead title is my thing.
Agreed. Absolutely.
I'd be remiss if we didn't touch on Overwatch 2.
We have to touch upon Overwatch 2.
Yep.
It's a game that we play very often. And
Yep.
it's a game we still enjoy. And Junker Queen was announced.
And Rule 34 is going off the fucking chain right now with those
I
abs.
mean, those abs are you can I can wash my clothes off those abs.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Um,
Overwatch 2 is hitting a point where I feel like it's actually beginning to like show improvement from Overwatch 1. Like I'm actually starting to see in the trailers like the graphics and like the lighting and the details. It's beginning to actually look like it might be justifying a sequel release, even though that really pains me to say.
mhm.
But it really it even that it's all going to boil down to the single player.
Yeah.
Like that'll be a deciding factor if you buy it or not.
Hmm. Um, the way I would describe like the graphical differences that I saw is that it's a bit more like mature. And I don't know how else to what better word to describe it, but like the way you see like Diva and Mercy, they just look more mature. I don't know.
Yeah.
It might be like details in like their faces or like their hair where it just looks more like grown up and like realistic, I guess. I
Hmm.
don't know. I know it's a
Yeah.
cartoon, but
No, I get it because like
it's a much different graphics.
the
Yeah.
game takes place afterwards. People have aged, they've gotten older. I don't know. I can't remember the time frame difference. I mean, from like the day and night cycles, it looks like it's been 12 hours because it's all the same maps just shifted over to the next time zone. But
Right.
like, yeah, they like hold themselves in a little bit more like upright manner that makes them look older, even though they
Right.
haven't physically aged. So I get what you mean. I get it.
Yeah. Um, one thing that I saw that was funny is that they're adding inspect animations.
Yeah,
So there's
they
one
gotta be
more thing you
different.
can spam in your highlight intro when you're teabagging your spray. You can look at Lucio's sonic blaster gun while you're teabagging. Sorry. But
They said it was gonna be free to play too.
yeah,
So
free
I
to
was
play.
confused by that. So like, are they gonna do like a battle pass system and like loot boxes are gonna be like gone?
I I figured that the PvP would be free to play, but PvE would be where the money is. But
Yes,
and if it was that, justifying a price point above like $40 is going to be really hard to do.
that's rough.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be
I
really
agree
hard
with
to
you.
do.
Hmm. Yeah,
But
because like if it was $40 for the campaign, then like okay, sure. Because like Overwatch 1 is getting Overwatch 2 updates and changes, so like you don't need to change for PvP.
yeah,
So we'll see. We'll see.
yeah. October 4th, we have a date.
October 4th.
We will see. Um, the last thing I have is Starfield.
Before we get into Starfield, because that'll be a nice cap. I just wanted to mention Ravenlock. That game looked cool. It was like another kitty looking game, kind of like Alice in Wonderland. You get sucked into a mirror, and then like the world is like kind of blocky and pixelated, and it looked cool. I liked it. I think it was another kind of like first presentation title that grabbed me, kind of like Benjamin Fox did.
Mhm.
But we'll see how that goes. And only other thing I wanted to mention that were pretty big gets for Xbox again, along with Riot. They also got Persona, and Hideo Kojima is going to be making a game for the Xbox. They're appealing to non-Western audience, and that's a pretty big deal because that's been a big thing for a lot of people. And so they're trying. They're really trying to attract a variety of people. And I think this showcase, this conference in general, really achieved that just by like this huge diverse game range and audiences.
Mhm. So, okay, so Starfield.
Starfield.
My first question:
What's that?
why the fuck is Todd Howard still the spokesperson? After all the broken promises that guy made on Fallout 76, 18 times the detail. And then there's like an 8-hour long video of all the glitches in the game. Like, I would have I don't know why he's the face of that game, because that's only holding him back. Sorry, Todd, but people are probably still pissed at you.
Yeah,
All
I
the
mean,
yeah.
it's they got a lot of bad rapport for a long time, and
Yep.
it's still coming out. Like
Yeah.
76 was not good.
It was not good.
Hmm.
And like when he was dude, I was going to throw up. He was like, "This is our most ambitious game ever." I'm
Gotta
gonna
get those
fucking puke.
those sexy buzzwords that'll get gamers tingling.
18 times the detail. The map is 4 times as big. Thousands of planets. I'll believe it when I see it, Todd. I'll believe it when I see it.
So the I was optimistic because this is a big company and it has had its past successes
Mm-hmm.
and they've done very well. So I was like, okay, it's gonna be on Game Pass. Maybe I'll check it out. I didn't like No Man's Sky.
I couldn't get past 20 minutes.
This game looks like No Man's Sky with the like resource like scavenging and the scanning of like plant life and species and the space battles and the planet system where there's thousands of solar systems with thousands more planets. Like there's a thing as too big. And this is too big.
Because that's when the shit gets lost.
And it just does not appeal to me whatsoever. If you're into this, more power to you. You're probably going to spend the rest of your life in this game. I hope. Because that's what
Yeah.
they're definitely trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
But like, boy, I couldn't care less. And what's even worse is that it's got that Bethesda gunplay seal of approval where it just looks really rough and kind of clunky. And like this one's just gonna be a pass for me.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate because like I would love a good space anything. Like any space related game where you travel from planet to planet. Like that would be dope. And like I wanted No Man's Sky to be that, and it just wasn't. Like I'm glad that it's still successful with other people, but it just did not land with me. And like
Yeah.
Starfield, if Starfield came from any other studio, I'd probably be more excited, honestly. But because
Yeah,
of
maybe.
past fuck ups, a lot of past fuck ups, like I'm like numb to it. They're like, "Oh, check out this really cool thing." I don't really care. Like I'll care when everyone's giving you 9s and 10s. But who knows if that's going to happen? All you
Yeah.
can do is make promises with asterisks like
Yeah.
this is pre-alpha footage. I don't buy it. Sorry.
Yeah. And
I want to so badly, but like
Mhm. I think the
And
most appealing thing for me in that game was the ship customization, and even then, I do not have the patience nor the creativity to create anything that I could actually like be proud of. But you're gonna see a lot of like, oh, here's the Starship Enterprise, here's Serenity from Firefly, here's the Millennium Falcon. Like you'll definitely see all that if the
yeah,
creativity, if the system itself lends it to do that. But that was kind of the only cool thing for me
yeah,
in the whole trailer.
yeah. It's a shame. And you can't even like fly to the planet. You have it's like a whole loading screen thing. Like you just are on the planet.
Hmm.
It's a bummer. It's funny because when Todd Howard was on stage, the chat box was pretty similar to when Neil Druckmann was on stage. It was just clown emojis.
Oh no. Oof.
Being
That's
the
rough.
face of a game, it makes you the face of the game. Like people will
Yeah,
trash on you as if the game is trash. Like it's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate
it
reality. But
really is. It's
yeah,
because like it's just unfortunate.
yeah. Whenever I think of Todd Howard, I always think of the Internet Historian's video, very in-depth video on the failure of Fallout 76 and like how Todd Howard is like the punching bag for every joke.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but like I don't know, maybe he's either he's really stupid or really smart because I
Or he's
wouldn't
just so rich he doesn't
he
care.
just doesn't give a fuck.
Give me all the clown emojis you want. I'm gonna be going home to my mansion and 20 cars.
I just orgasmed from your hatred.
That
If you
is
get that
exactly it.
joke, please tweet at us. So that wraps it up with our overview of the Xbox Bethesda showcase. If there's any trailers that you're excited about, please let us know in the comments. If there's something that we made you angry about, leave that in the comments as well. You know we read them. Speaking of which, a lot of people have been leaving really nice comments on our videos, and we really greatly appreciate it. Like,
You're all so lovely. Thank you so much.
yes, you know who you are. There's been a few people that have been commenting saying that they really enjoy it, and that really motivates us to keep going. And so I just wanted to say thank you, and we appreciate your viewership and all the nice things you leave on the comments. You know we read them, of course. So that wraps it up. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know if you have any feedback down in the comments below, and we will catch you in the next episode. Peace.